We've always been told that finals are won by grit and heart. 90 minutes of running, fighting, refusing to quit. That's the story we're told every single time. But when you actually look at what happened in the 2026 World Cup final between Spain and Argentina, that story starts to fall apart. Because the goal that won Spain the World Cup wasn't a moment of magic. It wasn't a flash of individual brilliance out of nowhere. It was the result of a pattern that had been building for over 100 minutes. And almost nobody was watching it happen. Let's go back to the start of the match. For 90 minutes, Spain and Argentina played out one of the tightest finals in recent memory. No goals, no real clear-cut chances for either side. To most fans watching, it looked like a stalemate. Two exhausted teams canceling each other out. But there was one player on that pitch who wasn't playing the same game as everyone else. Rodri. While most players were reacting to the ball, Rodri was doing something different. He was positioning himself, and by extension his entire team, before the play even developed. Every time he received the ball, he wasn't just looking for the next pass. He was adjusting Spain's shape, shifting the team's structure by a few meters at a time, closing down space that Argentina hadn't even realized they needed yet. This is the shift we're talking about, the evolution of the modern midfielder. For years, the classic image of a defensive midfielder was the ball winner, the player who tackles hard, breaks up attacks, and gets the ball back through physical duels, grit, aggression, heart. But that role has quietly transformed. Today's elite midfielders aren't just winning the ball. They're engineering the spaces where the ball is won and lost before the tackle even happens. It's less about reacting to chaos, and more about preventing chaos from happening in the first place. Rodri is one of the clearest examples of this shift in world football right now, and the World Cup final was his masterclass. Look at his passing pattern throughout the match. It wasn't random distribution. Every pass had a purpose beyond just moving the ball forward. Short passes that pulled Argentina's midfield out of position. Switches of play that forced their defensive line to shift and stretch. Recycled possession that looked safe on the surface, but was actually resetting Spain's structure for the next wave of pressure. This is what we mean by spatial geometry. It's not about individual moments of skill. It's about controlling the invisible space on the pitch that decides where those moments can even happen. Now here's where it gets interesting. As the game moved into extra time, something started to shift. Argentina's players were visibly tiring, legs getting heavier, decisions getting slower. To the average viewer, this just looked like fatigue, the natural result of a long, physical final. But look closer, and you'll see something else. Argentina weren't just tired. They were trapped inside a defensive and midfield shape that Spain had been quietly building since the opening whistle. Every recovery run Rodri made, every positional adjustment, every pass that looked simple but wasn't, had been slowly hurting Argentina into positions where their options were shrinking. By the 106th minute, Argentina's defense wasn't just exhausted. It was structurally compromised. And that's when Ferran Torres struck. To the millions watching around the world, that goal looked like a moment of magic. A rocket of a strike in the biggest game of his life. But when you rewind and look at everything that led up to it, that goal wasn't random. It wasn't luck. It was inevitable. Spain had been engineering that exact moment for over 100 minutes. The spaces Torres exploited, the gaps in Argentina's shape, the split second of hesitation from the defense. All of it had been created by the patient, deliberate work happening in Spain's midfield. This is the pattern we've seen across major finals in recent years. The dramatic, last-minute moments that decide championships aren't just about individual heroics. They're the visible tip of something much bigger happening beneath the surface. Specific statistical thresholds, progressive passes, high-intensity recoveries, positional discipline under fatigue. These are the real ingredients that turn a frantic, chaotic final into a calculated, trophy-winning sequence. And Rodri isn't alone in representing this shift. Across world football, we're seeing more midfielders built this way. Players who think in terms of space and probability, not just tackles and duels. The traditional ball winner isn't dead, but the modern game increasingly rewards the player who prevents the danger before it starts. So the next time you watch a dramatic final go into extra time, don't just watch the ball. Watch the players who are quietly shaping the game around it. Watch how spaces open and close. Watch who's controlling tempo and who's just reacting to it. Because more often than not, the moment that decides the trophy was never really random at all. It was built, piece by piece, pass by pass, by a player most people weren't even watching. That's the hidden pattern behind Spain's World Cup winning goal. And once you see it, you can't unsee it. If you enjoyed this breakdown, subscribe for more tactical analysis, World Cup 2026 coverage, and the patterns hiding behind football's biggest moments.